Hi, my name is Christina Bakker. I'm an Extension Meat Science Specialist at South Dakota State University. And today I'm going to talk to you about the different options in processing a pork loin at home. A lot of the time we know that purchasing meat in bulk is a good way to reduce your cost per serving, but a lot of individuals are intimidated about what to do with the product that they're not using immediately. And I'm here to show you that there's a lot of different options that you have. When you purchase a pork loin, a lot of the times it will come in approximately a 7 to 9 pound loin. And most people are not going to be using that entire portion at the same time. So one thing that you can do is take that entire roast and you can portion it into smaller roasts to use. This portion here would be good to put on a grill, or you could oven roast it. If you would like a smaller portion, these are easily cut into pork chops. This section is where the pork chop comes from. So if you just want to take approximately 1 to 1.5 inch slices, you can easily portion your own pork chops at home. If pork chops aren't necessarily your style, there's a lot of other options as well. This section works really well in cuts such as kebabs. So what you can do in order to make those is you can take long cuts along the length of the product and cut that into cubes. Once you have these cubes made, then it's very easy to just take them and put them on skewers along with your favorite vegetables and throw them on the grill. If kebabs really aren't your thing and you're looking for something a little bit easier, you can also turn the pork loin into cuts for stir fry. In order to do that, you're going to want to make pretty thin slices. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take really thin slices and we're going to want to trim most of the fat off of these. And these slices are going to be cooked very quickly and they're going to be really good if you want just some kind of stir-fry dish. And as I mentioned before, because a pork loin is relatively large, you can do multiple options with the cuts that you have. So you could get a pork loin roast, you could get pork chops, stir fry, and kebab meat all off of the same product. But what do you do when it comes time to preserving it? The important thing is to make sure that you get an airtight wrap on the product. So what I like to do, if you have access to a vacuum packager, one of the nice things that you can do is just take your product, place it in your vacuum seal bags, and you're good to go. One thing that's important to remember is that you're going to want to label your bags with the cut that it is. So I have this one labeled as pork chop. I also like to put how many chops are in the package if you're going to be doing multiple options there. So I have that it's 2 count, and I have today's date of the day that it's being frozen, so I know which packages in my freezer are the oldest. If you don't want to invest in a vacuum sealer and you want something a little bit more economical for your packaging, you can always use butcher paper. Butcher paper is readily found at most stores that have a food processing section, and it's relatively economical. In order to do a paper wrap effectively, it's important that you remove the air from the product. So you're going to want the paper to be making contact with the product as much as you can. So what I like to do here is take the paper and I wrap it from the corner. I fold down the sides and then I roll it tightly. Then you can just use a normal piece of masking tape or whatever tape that you have that's going to hold up in the freezer, and you can just tape it down like that. There are multiple different ways that you can paper wrap products. I know that there's a lot of butchers that have very specific ways that they do it, but as long as you're making an airtight seal, your packaging is going to be effective. You can keep meat products in the freezer from 6 to 12 months without having any quality issues. So it should give you enough time to utilize all the product that you purchased. So with that, I hope this gives you a little bit more confidence when you are looking at purchasing different meat cuts at the meat counter and are able to make those purchases that make the most sense for your family.